We are live streaming with Mission Impossible Code, continuing to cover some GitLab specifics, and just logging into Twitch here. Last time we were digging through code counting and specifically how to code count with GitLab. So we're going to take another look at how to take this to the next level. And let me just log into Restream here so I can handle any chats. I believe Jefferson will be trying to join us today. All right, I'm going to share my screen. And last time we were working on this plugin for CI/CD code counting. Martin helped us last time get to the point where we had gotten the list of all the groups. And then the next issue we ran into, just go here into our pipelines to see, is that Git was emitting an error message when our sparse checkout results in no code checking out of a given repository. So let's go back to pipelines. And we'll take a look at our status here. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, so, the second thing we ran into here is actually whenever we have a repository that is non-unique, we end up having a problem with the directory names. So needing to handle that scenario. And we need to go into our actual plugin code. So right here, we're eating errors that have to do with checkout. But now we have this issue where our Git clone, 1 second here.
Hello.
Hey, sir.
How are you?
Pretty good. I was just catching up with where we left off last time.
Awesome.
Martin and I had dug in, and one thing we had a problem with was that when you do a checkout and the sparse checkout here ends up eliminating all files, that then it'll have an error. When a checkout results in no files checking out, Git throws an error. So we threw a true in here. Another idea Martin had that might be even better is just to take the markdown out, because we're probably going to have a markdown in every, right now I'm eliminating markdown so they don't get code counted. But right now I'm just eating true because I want to try to get through this big list of repos, see if they all, come down and then count, and then we can get more finite about, handling that specific error, only trapping the one error, right? Instead of eating all errors. We talked about last time, this is a very bad practice to leave in place for production. You'd want to just trap specific errors. But then the next thing we've hit is, because GitLab allows repositories to have the same name at different levels in the hierarchy of projects and groups, that then, because I'm just taking that repository name and leaving it as a default, not checking if it's unique, then we hit this situation where the same name is used more than once. And so that scenario is what we were going to work on next. Martin and I had iterated a few ideas. One was to go ahead and check if the folder name's unique, and if not, add uniqueness. And there's I think the first thing I did last time, let's see what container we're in. The first thing I did was take a look at temp file name in Linux. So Docker. And I thought I found a command line where it would let you, just take the name. So what is the command for temp name? Do you know it right off the top of your head? I sure don't.
For it,
Linux
temp
has a temp.
Yeah, it's cd temp, or.
Well, no, it will generate a temp file name that's known unique for you.
Oh.
Temp file, TMP file. No. Let's see here. Create a known unique.
A random temporary file.
Yeah, there's a command that was even here.
Temp file. It's supposed to be temp file, or make temp. Yeah. Make temp file.
Oh, make temp?
MK temp.
Huh, I thought whatever.
And that should create a temp file or directory.
Oh, make temp TEMP. MK.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I keep forgetting your Windows background.
Well, no, TMP is actually, this is weird because the TMP is the Linux way to do it, but this command is TEMP. See?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Make temp.
Exactly to my point about schizophrenia here with.
I know.
Okay, so make directory, not file. Prepend base directory.
So yeah, so -d will make a directory.
Use dir as a base directory. Oh, okay. Can we just get the file name, or make a directory, not a file? Okay, so what does it mean we do?
-d will make a directory. Yeah.
But I guess I don't want it. I want just the last part of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, the name, the actual randomized name output.
Yeah, so that we can use that on our name. So that, but not put everything in the TMP substructure. Just drop it in our same folder structure. Otherwise, we're going to end up with, I guess we could go count /TMP instead of our build directory. But see, the build directory, if you do that on a shell runner, it's going to then soil like the root of the machine instead of just the build directory. So
have you thought about just doing no, that's too hard. I was thinking of doing like variables to allocate uniqueness, but it's got to traverse.
The problem is, we'd have, so Martin just trimmed out the folder name or the full repo URL for me. He could have given me also the project ID, but then everything would get more complicated because you'd have to parse. And so on that loop, I wanted it to be if the user hands us a list of repositories they statically coded, we can process it, or if we get it from the list API. So if we start making it into a data structure, then when users try to use it directly, they're gonna have to put like pretend information in there because we're looking for the key value pairs instead of just repository strings separated by a delimiter. So it would be cool if we can just generate some sort of randomness as we go. So, and I don't care if we add it to all of them, because in the end of the day, it's not going to matter, I don't think. So if there's a, so if we could do make temp base directory is make directory, not file. So why is it still giving me the same thing?
Oh, so
Still gives me the full thing there. So what about a sed?
well, trying to think about this.
Or TMP.
So if you do a name, right, you can at least get the first part. So you do like a make temp -d and then /temp / like foo.xxxxxx, right? Like it will pin that to it in the front.
Okay, so you're saying we could do it using the directory that we're in. So we could say -p. What is it?
Where's dash?
pwd. What's current?
Oh yeah, you could do it like that. Yeah.
Make
if you're wanting it within the new one.
temp -d. Or no, -p. Oh, make a directory. So we do need -d -p. And then
He's creating
$wd.
And then do
there.
Yes.
And then what else?
Well, if I didn't know if you want to, if that's explicit enough, then that works. Like I was going to add a / and then a defined name, but the problem you have.
Well, I mean, the other thing we could do is just do this and do a sed to remove. Don't we already have a sed that we were working with that did some, or a grep to remove the first part's always the same, /temp tmp dot. Somewhere in here, I thought we were already doing some manipulation like that right here. So so global doesn't matter. So we know our search pattern, which would be /tmp /tmp dot, and then a replacement pattern, which is nothing, right?
Yeah. Substitution.
Sing command to look up basic sed syntax.
Sing command. I know. It's been a while since I've gone there.
Okay. Well, so there's the basic. So isn't that what I did? Oops. Oh no, I need another slash. Space. No, I don't have the S in the front.
Yes, substitute unmatched. So then you're gonna do.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just keep smacking it.
Slamming. That's it. Right. That's
okay.
it.
So what that's doing is sed command. We need to escape each /. So we're saying remove the /temp /tmp dot, which gives us just this random string. So in theory, if we run this like 10 times,
Yeah, we'll get randoms.
Uniqueness. Okay.
And then we want to append that to the directory.
Yeah, I think so, because we don't want to lose if for some reason you, well, yeah, whenever, if you have to look through anything that indicates what directory it was operating in, we want to keep the original. So repo folder equals this dude. But, oops, not in edit mode. So I want to append on here. So I guess put a quote around it. Ooh, this is shell though. I hate adding quotes. Where is a plus operator? I don't know. So then dollar.
And I wish it was that easy. Try it.
Like that. Oh, you know what?
Cool.
All we got to do is take this back to the container and see if.
Is it, oh, you set a variable for current repo already? I was going to say, you could use our environment variable maybe.
So current repo, was it? Equals. Yes. GitLab.com abcxyz.git. I don't remember now if it was current underbar repo.
That's one.
My sed should operate by itself, right? So
let's just
do this. Oh,
it's appending at the end though, so it's gonna slam your
I didn't do git.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad. So that's actually, all right. See, that first sed is not good enough, because if it's not exactly .git, so really I shouldn't have .git in there. I should have, if there's anything after that, just pitch it. Okay, well, for now.
Yeah.
Now does this work? No, not you, but you. Let's take this out.
No.
It didn't append it. Why is that?
Repo sed.
Oh, maybe because we're, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Is it the append? You're doing the.
No, it's
replacing all of it. Let me see.
Okay, it might be. I don't know. Let's see what happens if I do this.
Let's see if I can find a.
So somehow, maybe. I hate this. For some reason, I'm in a container. This gets bonked. Okay. I just want to like quit. All right. Start hour.
Planning current repo to repo folder. And I want to see.
Okay.
Okay, so INB, so yeah, just do that one. Huh. Something in the sed. Let's see.
This code was working. Let's go back here. Mess it up.
Not found.
I mean, this code's been working.
Yeah,
Fine.
we just let me pull up that repository, and I'll play with it on my side too. Got explorations. That's the SSE. Yeah. Look at you playing in master. For shame, Darwin.
In what?
In master.
Well, remember, so I put in an issue about how when you have includes, you can't do proper branch development.
Oh,
Because
we really need to turn on that Git pod.
I don't know how that would help. Like I was just, remember we ran into this, that back on this guy here, if we make a branch, then if we do a
Yeah,
ref here, we can't do a variable. So
right.
then you have to hard code it and then you have to remove it. And it's just like kind of crazy. So
I know. Okay. So set substitute / temp dot. Okay. Let's see what gets blown away.
so on this one's working, right? Let's just check. Okay, so that part works.
Yeah.
But then this part by itself is not working. Oh, I bet you it's requiring Git now. Okay. So because they're all going to have Git on them as a result of the API listing, it'll work, but it needs to be fixed. There was one time too, I worked it out where it didn't matter what came after the last segment, it would throw it away. Like whether it was .git or whatever, just like, okay, there's more junk here. So that would. So this does that, but that. So what is this do? Ah, that works.
So replace, or at least called out the one.
Oh, but it keeps Git when they get there. So.
Let's see.
Does dot match dot? It does, yeah. Right. All right, let's see what's going on with our pipelines here. Did we get any further? So this is the grind of making code truly resilient versus prototyping.
Syntax error.
Expecting done. Sorry, did you want to see some?
Oh, no, I wasn't expecting that answer.
So I must have screwed up.
Let me take a look at the past.
Oh, I missed a quote right here. Okay. While this is cooking,
nice,
I found a really cool utility we should do sometime called Chekhov, and it actually does SAST security scanning of CloudFormation and Terraform. So it's designed to do SAST scanning over IAC code, native IAC code. I thought that was pretty cool.
No, that is cool. Yeah, that's good. Because I'm sure, I mean, we're kind of, I know everything's sort of, well, I say everything's moving in that market. Enterprise is moving into that market. They're like Pulumi, I think it's how you say it.
Oh, yeah.
They're really taking off, man.
Oh, you know what? If I do that, okay, that works. But then does it work with nothing? Because it's not optional yet. So how to make these optional? Is it square brackets?
Yeah, where you can have more than one.
Or just none at all? You know, you can have like a character that might or might not be there. Question.
Yeah.
So the dot, if the dot and something else is there, then we want to drop it. But the problem I have here is then it finds, on this version, it finds the next level up. So we want the last slash and then oh, I guess we'd have to look for all valid characters, as many as possible until, so either the next thing is going to be a dot. It's either going to be dot get or not, right?
Yeah, it should be dot get. There should be, I think it's all dot get.
Well, I mean, technically you can give us a repo. We can clone without dot get on there. So I was trying to take both, and I don't know if like use other repos if they respond to dot get. Okay, so we didn't set it at the right spot.
Looks like it appended though.
Yeah, so, oh, because we're not telling it a target here, we just took the default, which is to be the same folder name as the repository. So now we have to force git. So if we do, let's do a different if we do git clone help. Git clone bare mirror reference directory. So it doesn't, I wanted to give it an exact I wanted to give it a switch if I could so that it wouldn't be ambiguous, but it just has to be the last thing after the repository or the next thing after the repository. So there's a repository. So we would move repo folder to here. So it actually clones there. And then our CD should work.
This thing is getting crazy though.
I know. And the thing is, like, I just want to slam through and get it counting all these repos, right? But then to go back, you know, ideally it wouldn't eat all errors. And ideally it wouldn't, well, this uniqueness is pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I know like GitLab Python, you could pull it from the API and be able to.
Yeah. But see,
you know.
So my challenge is like this loop right now is simple and it can either accept, you give me a static list of repos wherever they are that this code can get to, or we go look through GitLab. So if we make this though, so that that list coming in is now got like basically key value pairs or, you know, 2 data elements for each item. Now we have to add a whole bunch of parsing. Did you give me a list that has like the project ID as well, or one that's just a bunch of repos if you want it to work both ways? So that's why I'm a little bit obsessive about trying to make it so that it so that it adds uniqueness, because then it doesn't matter whether you give me a static list of repos or I went through and got it myself. It should work in both cases.
Yeah.
Another optimization, which wouldn't be that hard, is to only add the uniqueness when we actually run into
a conflict.
Yeah, we could say if this exists, then add this to it, and then.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like better luck. But I don't know. We've been doing this guy for like 6 sessions, so I don't know. This is a long live code.
Yeah. I've been trying to spend more time actually. I've been doing my best to spend more time on projects and playing with stuff.
Nice.
Got to work with or test out with Philippe so we have SAST or DAST, anything. We have schema definitions files. And I've been getting a lot of customers where they're actually wanting to use outputs of reporting information that may not be available in GitLab, like Yocto output, and then throw that just for CVEs. But Philippe had made a validation tool. So you can run this validation tool against the schema or the output, JSON output, to make sure that you're actually meeting all the requirements you need, which is nice.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. Version 1 still we need to do more work there. I could not read username for.
I had no idea what that means.
Got for shared snippets.git. So it's trying to clone to shared
found
snippets.
Oh no, that's a repo out there.
Yeah, so it's cloning that repo, changing it to shared snippets, blah, 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 and then cloning it back into shared snippets, blah, blah, blah. Interesting.
Not read username for GitLab.com. No such device or address.
Cannot read username.
Let's see.
It's a little bit different.
Let's go see if this thing is actually out there, I guess. Maybe we don't. I should have permissions to everything in this hierarchy. That's the other thing. If you use this, you'll need to have permissions. Shared snippets. Oh, there's no repository at all.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, that's the repository, right? Or the project ID? 175.
No, whatever the displays here.
You need a README or whatever, yeah.
It might be the wiki. Yeah, it is the wiki. So in theory, we would have to test if it has a repository in it. Oh my goodness. So instead, I'm just going to turn on the repository.
I was going to say, like, I'm trying to think about a situation.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
So
exception handling happening.
We're getting
now.
projects, but we don't know for sure if they have repositories in them, because in GitLab, they don't have to.
Does it have to clone every project or repo?
Well, it assumes
in
that a project name is also a repository. So it's just retrieving the project name and then putting, and then interesting though, the API should just not return anything then. If it knows there's not a repository, it should just somehow null or something. Or okay, so let's just run this again because we fixed the problem at its source. There's probably, I've noticed even internally, we don't have a lot of people turn off various aspects of GitLab. So there's probably a lot of people don't turn off the repository.
Yeah. Or I don't know, actually, I don't know. I think it's kind of hairy.
You know what, I'm
trying to think about that.
Make an issue.
What if,
so we had the issue with errors on git clone results in no files, uniqueness of folder only when needed. And then this one was GitLab project does not actually have a Git repository. I'm just going to track these since we got all these little improvement points. What I might do is handle some of these offline and get this up to more production snuff.
Yeah, I can spend more time on it too. I think it's just going to kind of take. Man, that's hard because you're sort of rewriting the checkout process.
All right, let's see what happens. Well, we don't need to watch code process. So if we were going to make this be only if necessary, then we would say if, what is it, -d for directory exists?
Directory, yeah. Yeah, if bracket bang, or are you doing a not statement? Like if
that
not git, then echo out something disturbing?
Well, no, if the repo folder already exists, then add the randomization. Right?
Yeah. If, then add the randomization.
So,
and then it's going to exit anyways, right? If it's not that, so.
If oh wait, let's. Oh, yep. No, it's not -d or the shell. We're in the bare naked shell.
Yeah,
right?
It doesn't. Yeah, no, it's definitely -d.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely -d.
Am I not doing it right here?
I think it's gonna be. Well, I don't know. Is it brackets? I think it's brackets and not parens, but
Oh, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay.
or
Yep, that's right.
okay.
And I'm curious, does it pick it up without this? Okay. And then we better always counter test. So this is something I learned the hard way. Now you're like, oh, it works, but it could be saying true all the time. So once you get something that tests true the way you want it to, you should force it to fail to know that it's actually it's working both ways. And it is. You know what I mean?
Yep, I always use the, yeah, that's when I'll add a bang in there. Like if not equal to bin, throw up.
So this should be
Break kits, yeah. Then we go folder. So okay. If
I guess I'll leave it
we go
quoted, eh?
Will it read it?
What do you mean?
Will it read? Will it read variable within? Yeah, I guess it does.
It did here.
You're just putting
Oh
it.
no, that's not
okay.
a variable.
No,
That's
yeah.
good. Oh, let's not leave it to chance.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Var equals bin. And also it's
Oh, bar. You want bar there.
oh sorry. It's also it's SH has already messed me up so many times. I'm like, okay. Oh, still going. Are we counting yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we counted, but then something bad happened. So what do we get here? 93 files. So we got all of our file outputs. Cleaning up based variables, clean up file-based variables.
Exit code 1.
Huh.
I don't know what the next steps were on that one.
I thought it just, oh, let's see. What is this the output of? I think this is the output of this one. No, wait, something dumped to the console. Might be the output of this guy.
Do you have debug on?
No.
We could turn it on.
Okay.
It's gonna be. Oh, I don't know if you set it there. I don't know if you set it there. I actually set it within the
closer
up higher. Yeah, up higher out of the script frame. And just do a variable of like CI underscore debug underscore trace. Oh yeah. Like, yeah, but there's two different debugs here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have bash and we have line.
Should we show the GitLab one then?
Yeah.
Are you talking
so
about
you can do
it? Oh, I can't do it here. I got to do it. CI debug.
CI debug trace underscore trace and then colon true. And whether that's in ticks or not, I can't remember.
Oh, I can. It does need to be.
Okay. I always like.
Yeah, I've done it that way and gotten. If it's numeric and you want it to be a numeric type, you don't have to. But if it's anything else, you do.
Okay, that's good to know. But at least it counted and it's going through, which is cool.
Now our previous one, we can look at it. That's this one. Oh wait.
That was the job output failure. Yeah.
But this one should have done the uniqueness only if necessary. No, this is, okay, maybe we didn't commit that one then. So it's all going to happen in this new one.
Which is good. I'm all about it. Letting us drown in it rather than,
You're all about making 10 changes and just trying to figure out which one killed us.
Yeah, no, I want it all working at once, and then I get backtracked to exception handling because it's a lot. Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, I should show you what we did last time. So if we go into the code here.
So it's like you are using the API to pull.
Yeah, so if you go back and look at the video, Martin, I was like, okay, hey Martin, I kind of hacked up your code here. How do we get this working so it just, you know, and it was like in about like 45 seconds, he just whipped through all this wherever he needed to and just made the changes. I think it worked the first time or maybe the second time. So
that's awesome.
I think we'll just take this out because I think he had just preserved it in case. Yeah, so now if you ever need just a list of groups from a root URL in, well, it's gitlab.com, then so we will also, if we ever wanted to extend this to be custom GitLab instances, we'd have to allow this to be passed as a variable. Let's put that in the issue real quick. Yeah, so I have to set that as a variable. So
Yet to handle.
really complicated issue name. Oh, you know what though? What I really should be doing here, right, is checkboxes. Woo!
There you go.
One thing folks out there should know is that GitLab checkboxes is how you create a task list. So if you check these off, it will actually add items down here that you check things off, and it's also interactive, even though it's in an issue. So it's pretty cool. And even when you look at your issues list, it'll say this many checkboxes completed. So we were saying that be able to pass GitLab root URL for GitLab group enumeration. Okay. Huh.
That's interesting.
Print. So this is all, okay, so it completes a time command here.
Then
which was the last one here? Finding JPEGs and PNGs. Yeah. This worked before. That's the weird thing.
is it
Unique paste.
Yeah, it dies
unique and
there.
paste. Okay, that's the first time we used unique and paste. So unique paste. Are these actually, okay, paste is there. Is unique. Oh, unique. Okay, it's there as well.
Is it? wish there was more information. And
I wonder if it didn't find any. Does this all die? Find. It pipes nothing into here.
yeah, that was working before.
I guess one way to fix this would be to, after this find, check if we have anything, and only if we have something do we do the next part, right?
Let's look at this. So does it dump out the lock HTML? I don't even know if it gets that far, right?
I think it probably, wait, is that collected as an artifact? Yeah, it should be, oh, but we don't do any artifact collection because we fail.
Cleaning a file-based variables. Enter code 1. See that. Yeah, I'm curious how the upload works now.
Well, it should show something over here if we got any artifacts, right?
Yeah, I don't see
And
any.
it doesn't say it's uploading anything.
No, upload doesn't go. So you don't make it that far down.
You know what?
So it's like it's dying on the output.
Let's just. I want to see. And let's see what happens.
And then you do a conversion there.
Yeah, just gonna tell it to not do that part. So that's the binary count, but it's assuming that we have at least some of that file type, I think is what's going on.
I wonder if it, yeah, no, I don't understand why that would change. Yeah, I don't understand why it would change.
I'm wondering if because it's just a stream, right? So if it finds nothing, it's going to pass nothing into this rest of this pipeline. And so like here, it's doing another find with the inputs. And so if there's no inputs, you pipe nothing into this second find, is it probably going to choke, right?
Yeah.
So if we just set a variable to the find command and then said, if not empty, pipe it again, right?
Yeah, for the exception, that's,
Like
I'm surprised that it's not finding those files though.
Yeah, and the other thing we could do is like like just redneck debugging, do an ls or do this find command, you know, right here in the code and see if it comes up with anything. So let's actually try that. Because that would tell us if we have anything, right? And this one's the same, so we only need one. Here's the other cool thing about CI. You don't have to wait for one test to complete to kick off another one.
I know. I'm surprised, yeah. Didn't have those files before.
Oh, no, this doesn't help.
So that's getting started.
Okay, so to review what's going on here is we're getting the leanest copy of every repository. So if you were to turn this loose on a massive number of repositories at once, you would be getting a very lean copy. We talked about this way back, but we did some metrics on a standard clone versus the 3 different optimizations we have in this code that we're showing you now. And you can see here the differences in the Git folder, the differences in the clone time. So 21 minutes versus 46 seconds. And the difference with the Git folder. So this is, no, I'm sorry, this is the Git folder because it's got all history in it. And then this is the actual extracted folder. So it would have taken the total of both of these, so that's 6.9 gigs, but instead ends up taking 371 megs and 46 plus 20. So like just over a minute to clone instead of just over 22 minutes. So when you multiply that across your entire collection, ooh, look at that.
There it is. So on our findings.
So just real briefly right here, we have this lock HTML, which by the way, it was one of the things that the author of SCC he went ahead and took a feature request to add this format multi. So with one pass of counting, we are outputting both LOC lines of code HTML and LOC JSON. So if you want to further manipulate this through some other process, you have an artifact file. And then instead of, I also just kept this in here because it's so handy. We just dump the HTML to text. And so we get a nice console output as well. And then we collect both those artifacts. So in GitLab world, if you hit browse and something is a browser-based file right here, we should be able to look at it right in the browser. So it's almost as nice as seeing it as an actual test artifact go right into the system. And then JSON might be renderable in the browser, right? But it's not going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually curious to see how that handled.
Yeah,
yeah,
it makes your eyes bleed, but
yeah.
but it does it. But if it's something else that can't render in the browser, then what would happen is it would download, and then you have to click again and open it in something. But just be aware that with GitLab artifacts, if they are renderable in the browser, you can just hit browse instead of download. Okay, what happened here? Oh, okay. Oh, you know what we didn't look at was whether that randomization is being selective and only used when necessary.
I think it's applying to all probably.
Well, our if statement should have made it not do that, but let's see. Yeah, no, it's
nice.
It's selective.
Yeah.
So only upon clash you're going to get that weirdness, which is nicer because like in a whole entire. Well, I guess if you had a lot of forking going on, there would be a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hierarchy, but
mileage may vary.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, I'm glad we got to the point of getting artifacts. Oh, hey, here's that other one we were looking for. So,
yeah.
Where is it though? Where'd the actual command go? This echo. Oh, here's the actual command.
File.
There's nothing. Yeah. See, there's no screen output after this guy.
Yeah. So that was.
We have none, but we're not handling it correctly. So I added that to the list, and I think what we'll do is we'll leave off with this, like not continue to work on this, but we'll make it a priority to get the fixes that we identified that are needed put in here, so this can be a useful piece of code for whoever might want to count all of their code. And we'll find something interesting to do for next time. I know Jefferson, I've been driving this project a lot, so if you have some interesting projects, we can tackle them next time.
Yeah, I'll see what I can pull up. I know I have a list, I'm sure. Just
yep.
It's always something. Cool.
Cool, man.
All
Have
right, my
yourself
friend.
a great weekend.
You too, buddy.
All
See
right.
ya.